Billy's involvement in Caleb's counterfeit operation quickly became a major mistake, leaving him effectively trapped under Caleb's control. His troubles had already been attracting attention elsewhere, especially after he kissed his former partner Dawn only a few weeks before she was due to marry. Soon afterwards, Billy was discovered unconscious on the depot floor with a serious head injury, making it appear that someone had deliberately attacked him. However, the truth was very different. Billy had interrupted Kev while he was attempting to prevent Steve from breaking into the depot, and he accidentally became caught up in the confrontation. Caleb, however, decided to make Joe Tate look responsible for Billy's injuries. Billy has become nothing more than collateral damage in Caleb's campaign for revenge. Caleb is determined to protect himself and Ruby above everyone else, and Billy is simply being used to help them achieve their goals. Because Billy is so trusting and innocent, he has little idea of what is actually happening around him. Following the attack, Caleb convinced Billy that Joe had struck him in the head and caused the brain bleed. At the same time, Ruby secretly removed the CCTV recording that showed what had really happened. Caleb had already promised Ruby that he would do whatever was necessary to bring Joe down, and his actions proved just how serious he was about getting revenge. Ruby then used the hidden footage to blackmail Kev. After discovering that his business was struggling financially, she forced him to steal a shipment from Jimmy's haulage company in exchange for keeping the footage secret. Kev eventually carried out the job, only to discover that the stolen shipment contained just 3,000 nappies. Furious over the situation, he later spotted Caleb on the laptop containing the CCTV evidence and seized the opportunity to destroy it. He poured water over the device before repeatedly smashing it against the floor, believing he had finally eliminated the evidence and escaped the family's control. However, Kev soon made a serious mistake. During the stag do, he became drunk and his anger towards Caleb got the better of him. He approached Billy and accidentally revealed that he knew more about the attack than he should. Kev apologized to Billy for the incident that had sent him to hospital. His words immediately made Billy suspicious, as he began to realize that Kev already knew what had happened. Billy was then left even more stunned when he discovered that Caleb and Ruby had known the truth all along. Joe had never attacked him. Instead, Kev had struck him while trying to restrain him. Kev insists that he was acting in self-defense and never intended to seriously injure Billy. He believed he had only hit him lightly, never imagining that the blow would result in such a severe brain injury. Now that Billy knows the truth, the big question is whether he will tell Dawn what really happened. Billy is already preparing to leave the village with Dawn and has asked Caleb to arrange fake passports for them, making this an extremely difficult moment to expose everything. Meanwhile, Caleb may have created a serious problem for himself. Kev has started fighting back and is threatening to reveal their criminal operation if they try to send him to prison. The tension rises further when Caleb refuses to give Billy the fake passports. Instead, he wants to wait until Joe's wedding day so that the plan can cause maximum humiliation. The question now is whether Billy will continue following Caleb's instructions or finally realize that he is being manipulated. Why Charity stabbed Mackenzie in Emmerdale as the soap revisits a dark chapter. Charity Dingle and Mackenzie Boyd have endured plenty of turmoil throughout their relationship, but one of their most disturbing moments came in 2024 when Charity attacked her husband with a knife during a terrifying episode. The incident followed weeks of emotional trauma for Charity after she accidentally killed gangster Damon Harry Harris. Now, with Charity once again dealing with the aftermath of a death following Dr. Caitlin Todd's demise, memories of that difficult period have resurfaced. In the latest episode of Emmerdale, Mackenzie reminded Charity of the events that unfolded when her mental health seriously declined in 2024. But what exactly caused Charity to stab him, and what happened after the shocking attack? Charity's troubles began after Mackenzie's complicated relationship with Chloe Harris created a dangerous chain of events. Mackenzie had fathered Chloe's son, Reuben, but ultimately decided to remain with Charity, leaving Chloe devastated. Chloe's father, Harry, then became determined to punish Mackenzie. He kidnapped him and held him captive, eventually threatening to take his life. Charity discovered what had happened and immediately went to rescue her husband. During the confrontation, Charity struggled with Harry over a gun. The weapon discharged during the fight, fatally injuring Harry. Although Charity had been attempting to protect Mackenzie, the killing left her deeply traumatized. The situation became even more difficult afterwards. Charity began struggling with intense guilt and became convinced that Harry had somehow survived and would return to take revenge. Her psychological state continued to deteriorate. She experienced terrifying night episodes, severe anxiety, and symptoms associated with PTSD, while becoming increasingly convinced that she was in danger. Despite everything she was experiencing, Charity hid her problems from those around her and tried to appear strong in front of her family. Eventually, her suppressed fears led to a devastating incident in February 2024. Charity had fallen asleep on the sofa when another terrifying night episode began. Because she felt constantly threatened, she had started keeping a knife nearby for protection. When Mackenzie approached her in an attempt to help, Charity believed she was being attacked. Still trapped inside the nightmare, Charity grabbed the weapon and stabbed Mackenzie, convinced that she was defending herself from Harry. The reality of what she had done became clear moments later, leaving her devastated. Mackenzie suffered serious injuries and required urgent treatment before eventually falling into a coma. Charity's guilt became overwhelming, while Moira believed she should face legal consequences for the attack. As Charity's condition worsened, she eventually received a formal PTSD diagnosis, helping explain the terrifying episode that had led to the stabbing. Thankfully, Mackenzie survived the ordeal. Although the attack put immense pressure on their marriage, he understood that Charity had never intentionally wanted to hurt him. Their relationship managed to survive the crisis. Charity is now facing another difficult situation after becoming involved in the aftermath of Dr. Todd's death. She has attempted to take responsibility for what happened, while her granddaughter Sarah Sugden has also attracted attention because of her unusual behavior. The pressure is once again beginning to overwhelm Charity. She was recently seen desperately trying to remove Dr. Todd's blood from the floor at Jacob's Fold when Mackenzie arrived and became suspicious of her actions. Charity attempted to convince him that nothing was wrong, but Mackenzie soon began connecting the clues. He realized that Charity was attempting to protect Sarah, who appeared to have a connection to Dr. Todd's death. The latest developments ended with Mackenzie warning Sarah to remain composed and avoid attracting further suspicion, leaving Charity facing another dangerous secret that could eventually threaten her family. Emmerdale's DS Ramsden romance sealed as fans spot chemistry. Emmerdale viewers believe they have noticed a surprising spark between newcomer DS Ramsden and one of the soap's residents, with some fans already hoping the pair could become a couple. It was recently announced that actress Chelsea Edge has joined the ITV soap as a new detective. Her character, DS Ramsden, has arrived in the village to investigate the mysterious death of Dr. Caitlin Todd. Ramsden made her first appearance during Tuesday's episode, when she arrested Charity Dingle and Sarah Sugden on suspicion of murder, while attempting to determine whether Dr. Todd's death was the result of foul play. Viewers already know that Sarah accidentally pushed Todd, causing her fatal fall. However, Charity has decided to take responsibility for what happened in an attempt to shield her granddaughter. Serena Sugden is currently the only other person who knows the full truth. She arrived at the scene shortly after Todd's death and helped Sarah and Charity agree on a version of events that would protect Sarah. During Friday's episode, Serena was called to the police station after Vanessa Woodfield referred to her during her own statement about the case. Serena told Ramsden that she had seen Vanessa arguing with Dr. Todd as Todd was getting into her car. She also claimed to have heard Vanessa warn that the matter was not finished. However, Ramsden quickly made it clear that she was not convinced Serena had been completely honest. The detective questioned Serena about why she had lied in her statement. When Ramsden refused to confirm whether Serena's account matched the evidence given by other witnesses, Serena insisted that it did. Ramsden suggested that the witnesses had simply backed each other's stories, but Serena maintained that her version was genuine. Ramsden then delivered a chilling warning, making it clear that she intended to uncover whatever Serena was hiding. Serena left the station visibly nervous, but Ramsden's determination to expose the truth could soon put her secret in serious danger. Despite the tense circumstances, some viewers were more interested in the apparent connection between the two women. Their intense exchange prompted several fans to suggest that Ramsden and Serena could make an interesting romantic pairing. On social media, one viewer called for DS Ramsden and Serena to get together, while another added a flame emoji to suggest they had spotted a spark between them. A further fan simply declared that the pair had chemistry. Meanwhile, Charity found herself caught in another dangerous situation when Mackenzie Boyd made a shocking assumption about Dr. Todd's death. Mackenzie began to believe that Charity had deliberately killed Todd and was only claiming self-defense to hide the truth. Instead of correcting him, Charity allowed him to believe the false story because she remains determined to protect Sarah. With DS Ramsden now closing in and Serena already under pressure, the truth about Dr. Todd's death could soon become impossible for the family to hide. Emmerdale airs on weeknights at 8 p.m. on ITV1, with episodes also available to stream from 7 a.m. on ITVX and YouTube.